Hello my friends, welcome back. I hope today finds you well. Well, as you all know, I recently had to deal with some spider mites and it was a bit of a pain in the ass. Well, not so much of a pain in the ass, I just kind of dealt with it very quickly. And I probably overreacted very quickly, which I shouldn't have, as I come to find out. But anyways, so I figured it would be a good opportunity to talk about spider mites and you know, why we get them, how we deal with them. So anyways, so basically, why do we get them? Because they're a bunch of little pricks. No. No, because they tend to like dry conditions. So from what I've read. So I'm only going on, I've just researched this recently, so I'm just going off what I've read. So, because I'm not an expert, that's for sure. So, as I was reading, it's they like dry conditions, and you can get them almost from anything. Just they could be on you, and you walk into your garden and you transfer them to your plant. You get a clone from a buddy, and he had them, and then now they're in your garden. You know, just things like that. So we're going to talk about the different ways of how we can try and deal with them and get rid of them. So one way to deal with them is with dish soap and water. And what you do is you mix up your solution and you spray on the leaves on top and underneath. And what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to the soap is supposed to suffocate the mites. So, and I'm not sure if how strong that would be. How I guess that would be for a not a major infestation. You know, just you just found them and you know they're just starting. So, because I don't know how that would work for a full-on infestation. I don't know. There's probably better ways to take care of a bigger infestation. So another solution is using rubbing alcohol and water. And I'm not too sure about the ratio, but what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to again spray your leaves top and bottom, and let it sit for a few hours, and then just with water spray it off, wash it off, and that's apparently supposed to kill them. So I don't know, I've never tried it, so if you've tried it, let me know in the comments if it works. Another method of dealing with them is using companion plants to help you know, try and deter them from coming towards your plants, or to maybe attract them away from your plants, you know what I mean? So some good companion plants are Chinese parsley, chrysanthemums, dill, garlic, leeks, lemongrass, peppermint, and rosemary. So as I was saying, the companion plants, like I said, they'll either attract the spider mites away from your plants, or they'll try and repel the spider mites. Another method of dealing with the mites is using chemicals. So a lot of people don't like doing this. They prefer to go to the natural way. But, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So there's a whole bunch of different ones. Ones that I can barely pronounce. So anyway, so I'm going to butcher some of these. So obviously we got neem oil, perinthins, azadirachtin, horticultural oil. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to spray directly onto the adults, the larvae, the nymphs, and the eggs to kill them. And they're supposed to kill them right on contact. So another method of taking care of spider mites is with beneficial bugs, beneficial nematodes. So some of them are Persimilus. That's supposed to be the main predator of spider mites. So I know there's a website here in Canada called thebuglady.ca, I think it is. And if you contact them and tell them your problem, they'll set you up. They got all the beneficial bugs and all that stuff. Beetles, predatory mites and all that. And they'll help you out and tell you what you need. So anyways, so another one is Phallicus. That's a preventative bug. It's from what I read, you can release that one ahead of time, and it's going to stop them from showing up. Another one is Stethurus, and another one is Anistus. And another one that I've heard people use, it wasn't on the website that I was looking at, ladybugs. Apparently ladybugs go in and they eat them, so. But anyways, bugs are, a lot of people tend to go with the bugs because it's a more of a natural way of taking care of it. You don't have to use any pesticides, stuff like that. And actually, that's another thing that I should mention is if you're going to use bugs and you've sprayed pesticides, you have to wait a certain amount of time to release your beneficial bugs in, because they'll eat the pesticide and they'll die. So, and then you spend your money for nothing. So another way to deal with spider mites, and this is probably what I could have did, but I overreacted way too fast and I cut down my plants and chucked them out. And I cleaned the tent out, and is with a bud wash. So I was talking to pigeons the other day, and when it happened to me, and that's the first thing he said right away was, you could do a bud wash. You know, it was too late. I'd already chopped down the plants. Because if you're already getting into harvest, you can't start using chemicals, and you know, you don't have time to order bugs online and wait for them to show up. And because the day I checked those for those mites, the trichomes were ready. You know, the one shot I showed on camera, what they were clear, but when I started checking the other ones, they were ready. I had to harvest them that day, or I should have harvested them that day. They were ready to come down. But then I saw the mites, and I kind of panicked, and I said, like I said, I overreacted, and I chopped them down and got rid of them. When I could have really kept them, and I could have did a bud wash on them, and that would have gotten them off the plant. So of course, the last way of taking care of spider mites is preventing them using IPM, your integrated pest management. So you got, you know, you're gonna check your plants, not daily, but you know, on a regular basis, checking them for signs of, you know, spider mites, which is the little tiny white dots on the leaves. Look for a kind of webbing, or you know, and when you start seeing the tiny dots on the leaves, flip them over and take a look on the bottom, and get a jeweler's loupe or a microscope, because they'll be hard to see. Another preventative way is with foliar sprays, spraying with neem oil, using peppermint sprays, essential oils and stuff like that, to try and keep them away, because they don't like certain smells and all that stuff. Another way is just keeping your area clean. You know, I don't do this all the time myself, so I can't judge other people for not doing it, but keeping your tent clean and everything clean. You know, you spill something, clean it up. Don't give them a place to congregate and start to attract them and stuff like that. Another thing that I already mentioned is cross-contamination. So, you know, you're taking a clone from a fellow gromie, and they had it, and then you're gonna get it. So for myself, you know that I have a cottage, and I'm out there quite a bit. I have my outdoor grow, and that's quite possible that I brought them in that way. I don't know, or I could have gotten it from somebody else that I taken clones from. It's possible. I don't know how I got them. So, but anyways, so cross-contamination. When you're coming back from outdoors, you know what I mean? Change your clothes. Take a shower. It's 5 minutes. You know what I mean? It's 5 minutes, or losing your harvest sometimes. It's decisions you have to make. So depending on how bad your infestation is and when you find it is going to determine what kind of method you're going to use. So like if you're just at the beginning of your grow, if you're early veg, and the infestation is just starting, you can try the soap and water, or you have time to order bugs online and release them into your tent and let them do their thing. As you get further into veg and starting to get closer to flower, now you're going to start thinking about trying to get rid of them before you get into flower. So you got some guys that'll use like chemicals. Right now you're starting into your neem oil. You'll get it. Some guys that'll use like bombs and foggers and stuff like that. There's different kinds of products you can get, and all that depends on is your level of comfort using those products in your garden. So, and then as obviously in the flower and closer to harvest, that's where I was. I was at harvest. That's where I could have did the bud wash, and I could have saved my harvest that way. So, just for things to think about, you know what I mean? So, that's about it for today. That's all of the stuff that I know. Like I said, I'm not an expert at dealing with spider mites, so if you guys have other methods that I didn't mention, or other ways of preventing them, just let me know in the comments. I'd like to share them, and we all learn that way. So thank you for joining me today. Have yourselves a great day. Take care of each other. Be kind to each other. Stay elevated. Peace.